So the ignition key actuator broke in my F250 yesterday. It broke because the clutch safety switch went out, and I was trying to turn the key many times and it snapped off. It's this thing. It's supposed to be like that, but it snapped off right here. Very common on these old Fords. So, it's the new one in here. So I get this off. First, you have to take the steering wheel off. Just those two screws. Just pull off. Take the cover off. Then you use a steering wheel puller or harmonic balancer to pull it off. You put the two screws in the two holes and put the big center one and pull it off. Then you have this piece, and this is in front of it. So there's two screws, two holes, two screws there and there to get it off, and also you have to take the indicator stock off, which is right there. You just spin it out, and you take off this plastic cover, which goes in here, two screws, kind of wiggle it out, and push the wiring harness up, just that, so you can get this. You have to turn it sideways to get it through this. And then this comes off, and there's also more screws. Yeah, it goes on like this. There's more screws. There's one there, one there, one there, and one there. And you can take this off, and you just turn that sideways to get it through. Now to get the ignition barrel out, which is this. It's in there like that. You have to turn the key into the fully on, just the accessories position. So you can see when you do that, this pin will go in. You can see if I turn it, it goes in. So you turn it there, and then you stick a sharp object into that hole, just something pointy, and push the pin in, and it slides right out. You just pull this out. Now in here, you have this piece here, which there's like a gear in there. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a gear. And this piece hooks onto right there. There's this accordingly, and that's how you get your start and your ignition on and stuff. And it is important not to remove this piece from this housing, because it is timed, and which I did, so I'll have to retime it. Shouldn't be that hard. So this piece here goes in through there. That hooks onto that this piece here hooks onto that small pin, and also this little rod back there. The one is this one right here goes into that hole right there, and you have the small gudgeon pin holding it in. So with this, you can, if this breaks to start your truck, all you have to do is just to take this cover off and move this metal rod as a pair of pliers, backwards for accessories and forwards to get ignition, and you can crank it. You can see if I pull it back, how this works, but if you pull this rod back, I don't know how hard you have to pull it back. I haven't tried this yet, but I'll try this. See, if you pull it back, that would be turning the key backwards. The radio comes on, and your, accessories and stuff, and you just push it in, turn the radio off, and the accessories. So this piece here does this piece, this is what the end that goes into the square hole looks like. All this is for is the key, because when you turn the key on these, like the ignition or crank it, you turn it back, you can't take the key out all the way because you can't turn it back, because you have the lockout for the key, which is this button, so you have to push it, and it releases the lock on this piece, which is in there, and you can turn the key back and take the key out. So now to get this piece in, in one piece, it is impossible to do this with this in the way. So this one was broken off, so it just, so it just came out. So also you have to, this is a tilt steering column, you have to tilt it back. Now the way the tilt steering on these works is your wiper stock, indicator, it spins, where it screws into this mechanism. When you push it forward, it pushes on this, which releases this, and you can tilt it. The tilt on this truck is broke, so you just gotta pull that back with pliers and tilt it all the way down so you can get more space to that. But this piece still won't fit in with this in the way because it's too long, so you have to pretty much pull the whole steering column apart to get that out. So what some people do is, when this is an old broken piece, but what some people do is, because they break it off around here, which is because this is not all this is for, is for the lock release buttons. So you just break that off and put it in, then you don't have to be pushing the button to remove your key. But I want mine to work properly, so I left that. So all I did was this piece here, you have to grind it off here and here and make this like piece a lot smaller and grind it off with a bench grinder, and use lots of grinding. I also have to grind off the corner right here to make it clear this and go in. And no, I'm not going to pull that out and show you because it went in really hard, and I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna just get this done. So yeah, because you can see, if this piece here goes in, you can see it goes in somehow. See, you just want it, that'd be like turning the key. So you can't pull it out all the way backwards unless you push the button, which is right here. Push that. It comes out just like that, and I just turn on the ignition accidentally while pulling the rod, so the accessory, so I just turn it off, just like that. So yeah, I guess that's it for this. So I'll do another video on the clutch safety switch, which is, you need to have the clutch in all the way for it to crank, which is on the clutch linkage near the master cylinder way underneath the dash. So I'll do another video on that. So that's it for this.